And protocol that everyone stand at certain times during the ceremony. You will be asked to stand for the entrance of the official party, ruffles and flourishes, the national anthem, invocation, and at other times during the formal portion of the ceremony. As a reminder, today's ceremony is an indoor ceremony. Military members should stand at attention during ruffles and flourishes and the national anthem. During the national anthem, our civilian guests are invited to place their right hand over their heart. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hill Air Force Base. I'm Captain Becca Hardy, and I will be your narrator for today's ceremony. In keeping with the oldest traditions in the military service, we are here to witness an historic event as Colonel Jon A. Eberlan relinquishes command of the 75th Airbase Wing to Colonel Jenise M. Carroll. Our presiding official for today's ceremony is Lieutenant General Jon A, Commander, Air Force Sustainment Center. The flag bearer is the 75th Mission Support Group Command Chief Master Sergeant Leslie Masson. We have with us today many special guests, from family members to community leaders. At this time, we would like to welcome Colonel Eberlan's spouse, Sherry, son, Brock, and daughter, Courtney. And Colonel Carroll's guests, her aunt, Miss Betty Smith, her mentor, Major General Casey McLean, U.S. Air Force retired, and Bowman's sister, Sandra Bushnell. We also want to welcome federal, state, county, and city officials, Air Force attendees, community leaders, and members of Team Hill with us today. Please hold your applause until all names have been introduced. Major General Pat Condon, U.S. Air Force retired, and Miss Judy Condon. Brigadier General Collie Von Hoffman, Commander, Ogden Air Logistics Complex, Hill Air Force Base, and Mr. Mitch Von Hoffman. Brigadier General Michael Turley, the Adjutant General, Utah National Guard. The Honorable Bob Stevenson, Davis County Commissioner. The Honorable Jim Harvey, Weber County Commissioner. The Honorable Jeff Scott, Box Elder County Commissioner. Mr. Adam Gardner, State Director, Office of Senator Mitt Romney. Mr. Nathan Jackson, Northern Utah Director, Military Affairs Advisor, Office of Senator Mike Lee. Mr. Peter Jenks, District Director, Representative Bob Bishop. Ms. Rhonda Kurtz, Community Outreach Director, Office of Representative Chris Stewart. The wonderful turnout of mayors from Layton, Clearfield, Fruit Heights, South Weber, Washington Terrace, and Sunset. Thank you so much for attending. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the singing of the national anthem, playing of ruffles and flourishes, national anthem sung by Colonel Jason Baglioni, and the invocation by Chaplain Joe.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good morning, everybody. Please join me in prayer. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for your presence at this change of command. We thank you for choosing leaders with integrity, who are blind to lead the mission, who motivate us in our work, and ultimately promote freedom in the world by leading our airmen and civilians. We humbly ask your blessing upon Colonel Jon Eberlan and Colonel Jenise Carroll as they pass between them the guidon of command. As he passes, strengthen them both in the task to which you have called them. Go with Colonel Eberlan and his family as they prepare for the newest assignment. And remain with Colonel Carroll and her family as she leads the 75th Airbase Wing to new heights of excellence. Give us the commitment to serve our commander well, and thank you for your never-ending love, strength, courage, and guidance. We pray in your holy name. Amen.
Please be seated. Thank you. Thank you, Colonel Vadioni and Chaplain Cho. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce today's presiding official, Lieutenant General Gene Kirkland, Commander, Air Force Sustainment Center.
Well, good morning, everybody, and what a wonderful Utah morning here, and a great venue. Here in the fire station really represents the mission support that this wing has and the partnership with the community and support to the flying mission here. Appreciate the team putting this on. Chaplain Colonel Vadioni is always impressed with his talents there. And thank you all for just turning out for this important event. So it was 80 years ago that Ogden City leaders broke ground on this air patch and beginning what would become Hill Field. In the time since, Hill Air Force Base has been blessed with exceptional enlisted, officer, and civilian airmen, as well as outstanding commanders to lead their team over those decades. This morning, we say farewell to the 75th Airbase Wing's most recent outstanding commander, Colonel Jon Eberlan, and welcome this next, Colonel Jenise Carroll. I'm pleased you could all join us this morning, especially the military and civilian airmen of the 75th Airbase Wing, whose motto is "Count on Us." And let me add a special welcome to Generals Condon, McLean, von Hoffman, and Turley. And we have about a dozen county commissioners and mayors. Thank you for turning out, and that just shows the strong relationship between this community and this base. Mr. Harder, glad to have you here. Mr. Lockhart, good, along with all the other commanders, general officers, SESs, chiefs, union partners, and our legislative and community partners. I'm particularly pleased to see so many mission partners in attendance. And a special welcome to Ms. Sam Adams, a dear friend to both Colonel Carroll and me, who is watching this on Facebook Live. Let me also pay special recognition to some other distinguished guests here. John's wife, Sherry, and their children, Brock and Courtney, and Janice's Aunt Betty and Sandra, who Colonel Carroll describes as her bonus sister. And as anyone has ever served in the military will recognize, families serve right beside their airmen, shoulder to shoulder. They endure the same hardships, but also witness the joys. To all the family, thank you for the love and support so indispensable to your airmen, which makes a difference in the lives of other airmen and families in the communities in which we are pleased to serve. So let's talk about the leader relinquishing command this morning. As installation commander of a base with a population 3 times of his hometown in Texas, John's work has impacted thousands. He has enabled mission success for multiple major commands and units, providing direct support to the Ogden Air Logistics Complex, 2 fighter wings, the Air Force Lifecycle Management Center, the Air Force Nuclear Weapons Center, the Utah Test and Training Range, and about 50 other tenant units. And as just one example, the massive runway renovation project completed under his guidance improved flight safety. This 9-month, $45 million project is the perfect example of what makes Hill Air Force Base and its capabilities an indispensable power projection platform for our nation, and specifically its operational F-35 wings. And over the past 2 years, Jon has invested time and resources to strengthen the relationship with the local community. The Warriors over Wasatch Valley Air and Space Show in 2018 drew more than 500,000 attendees who saw firsthand the impact that Hill Air Force Base makes in defending our nation. As a testament to the flourishing relationship the base enjoys with the Utah community at large, this installation and the community was awarded the Great American Defense Community Award for Community Partnership, a further credit to this town, this community, and Jon's leadership. And of course, coronavirus. This unexpected battle against an unseen foe greatly complicates the challenge of leading an installation like Hill Air Force Base. Jon Eberlan was up to that challenge, balancing the health and safety not only of the workforce, but the entire base population with essential mission requirements. This effort required a rapid, coordinated, and flexible response that continues today. In fact, on his way out the door this morning, Colonel Eberlan changed the status of his installation to posturing us for the next chapter in this fight. Jon, from the front gate defenders to the frontline medical professionals, the people you serve are blessed to have had your leadership during this time. Now, in a moment, we're going to read a citation for the Legion of Merit. It's a big deal. And I'm certain Colonel Eberlan will share credit for his accomplishments with his team, and he is, of course, correct to do so. And yet, no team succeeds without the vision, integrity, and strength of their leader. And many of you know Jon was selected for the fellowship of the Council on Foreign Relations in New York City. His selection was made by the most senior level of Air Force leadership, an indication that our service has more in mind for this humble officer from East Texas. Jon, congratulations not only on successful wing command, but 4 years at Hill Air Force Base. The entire Sustainment Center, as well as all of Team Hill, wish you and your family every good fortune, and I know you will represent our Air Force well. Now, it's been my experience that when one outstanding leader graduates, our Air Force is faithful to provide the next. Such is the case with Colonel Jenise Carroll. We are fortunate to have her take command of this Airbase wing. Colonel Carroll comes to us from splitting time between the Pentagon and Tampa, where she served as the Director of Legislative Affairs for United States Central Command. In that important role, she developed and executed the Central Command's legislative strategy, working directly for a 4-star Joint Commander in making sure and shaping how our critical messages were shared with Congress. There are few jobs more demanding, but it's also excellent preparation for her new role leading this wing. The work Jenise accomplished has actually affected every one of us, and not just her legislative efforts. I have known Colonel Carroll for more than a decade, and can attest that among her many gifts is the ability to simultaneously focus on the individual airman while improving the larger processes that serve us all. As one example, in 2012, she created the MyPERS website, which brought the Air Force Personnel Center into the 21st century, making personnel services directly available to airmen on the internet. Jenise has been tapped to serve in a wide variety of roles over the past 2 decades that she has been in the Air Force. She's prior enlisted. She will bring that common sense foundation with her. She was Executive Officer to the Vice Chief of Staff of the Air Force. She's been Senior Military Advisor and Director of Diversity and Management of Equal Opportunity and the Director of the Security Sector Reform Group. And more critically, was a very successful Mission Support Group Commander at Aviano Air Base in Italy, which will inform her Air Base wing experience here. This breadth of experience makes her particularly well suited for command of an Air Base wing. Colonel Carroll's accomplishments speak to the quality of the leader she has become. The sum of her experiences will inform her perspective as she leads the airmen of the 75th. Jenise, I promise you, you will be fully employed in this new role as you lead your team and operate an installation of 28,000 military, civilians, and dependents, as well as the tens of thousands of retirees and families who rely in this community on Hill Air Force Base. We are thrilled to have a leader of your caliber assume command of the 75th Air Base Wing. You are more than ready for this challenge. This important station of the Air Force Sustainment Command will be in good hands with you here. I look forward to seeing where you would take the 75th and watch the wing flourish under your leadership, and to continue the strong relationship our base enjoys with the local community. It's been my experience that the best communities make the best bases, and there are few more committed than right here in Utah. Jon, congratulations again on a successful command tour. Well done. Best wishes to you and Sherry as you head east to Manhattan, where I'm sure you will stand out in more ways than one. Colonel Carroll, Jenise, welcome. All of Team Hill celebrates with you as you step up to Wing Command. You are ready. You will be faithfully supported by your team and by this community. And you will make sure that at Hill Air Force Base it is always a great day to fly. So folks, let's get back to this change command. Before we do that, though, we're going to pin some hardware on Colonel Eberlan. Thank you.
Thank you, General Kirkland.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the presentation of the Legion of Merit to Colonel Eberlan by General Kirkland. Attention orders. Citation to the accompany to award the Legion of Merit, 1st Oak Leaf Cluster, to Colonel Jon A. Eberlan. Colonel Jon A. Eberlan distinguished himself by exceptional meritorious conduct in the performance of outstanding service to the United States as Commander, 75th Air Base Wing, Air Force Sustainment Center, Air Force Materiel Command, Hill Air Force Base, Utah, from 13 April 2018 to 23 July 2020. The leadership, exemplary foresight, and ceaseless efforts to consistently demonstrated by Colonel Eberlan resulted in significant contributions to the installation and our nation's defense. During his tenure, the installation successfully implemented the National Defense Strategy as it prepared and employed more than 2,000 personnel and 4 million pounds of cargo to 7 combatant commands for global combat employment. During the 2018 air show, he led Team Hill and the base in hosting 565,000 visitors over a 2-day period, generating over $50 million in economic impact for the state of Utah. Due to his superior community outreach, the installation and its surrounding community earned recognition as a great American defense community and set the benchmark for community and state support for military personnel and their families. Finally, under his leadership, the wing excelled in 4 higher headquarters major inspections with 4 command, 1 Department of Defense benchmark programs, and a best seen to date across the command for full spectrum readiness. The superior initiative, outstanding leadership, and personal endeavor displayed by Colonel Eberlan reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the commander of the 75th Air Base Wing, Colonel Jon Eberlan.
Good morning. What a great day to be in the state of Utah. Another wash, rinse, repeat, beautiful day in the background of the Wasatch Mountains. Just awesome. I'd like to take a moment to thank all the elected officials, active and retired general officers, members of the senior executive service, and community leaders for taking time out of your busy schedules to share this event with us today. I would also like to thank my fellow wing commanders and equivalents, as well as the group and squadron commanders and directors, chiefs and first sergeants across the installation. Thanks for your friendship and support over my time in Wing Command. Command at any level in the Air Force is a privilege not afforded to everyone. General Kirkland, thank you, sir, for your faith and confidence in me as a leader, and thanks for your support during our time together. I've never worked for a finer airman or leader. I'm grateful that you provided me the latitude to make decisions to make the mission happen, and I'm also thankful that I wasn't at Tinker like Kenyon Bell or Paul Filchek. And for everyone in the audience, if you're the Airbase Wing Commander at Tinker, it's called Undiluted Kirkland. Our base, like others in the Air Force Sustainment Center, has multiple wing commanders and equivalents. Vandal, Cajun, Torch, Eddie, Generals Hawkins and Von Hoffman, Jason, Luke, and Eric. Thank you for your feedback, counsel, and support of our wing and me. Each and every one of us work together and put the Air Force and the base ahead of our individual wings. I will greatly miss being around and working with all of you. You're all superstars, and our installation is better for it. To our community, thank you for what you do. I've had many Air Force assignments over the years, and I can say without hesitation, you are the best and most supportive of a base that I've ever seen. You work tirelessly to support and improve this base, and always made my job easier because you care so much. Our performance across the base is a direct reflection of your support, and I can't thank you enough. Thank you for welcoming Sherry and me into your families and communities, and bringing truth to the saying, the best family is the one that you choose. As I've said more than once to many of you, this isn't goodbye, but see you later. I would like to take a moment to thank my family for the personal sacrifices that each has made to support me over the years. Many times, you've had to leave friends and co-workers behind when we're asked to move. However, time after time, you put the Air Force and my service ahead of yourselves. You epitomize selflessness, and there are no words or actions that I could say or take to ever begin to repay the debt of gratitude that I have for each of you. Thank you for your support of me. If the roles were reversed, I don't know if I could do what you do. Finally, to the men and women of the 75th Air Base Wing, words cannot adequately express how proud I am to stand before you today, the last time as your commander. I can't think of any group of men and women that I've been prouder of at any level of leadership. You performed exceptionally every day and under unprecedented circumstances. It's hard enough to do the job under a normal battle rhythm. You handled a global pandemic and an earthquake, and you did it concurrently. I haven't served with a team that was more adaptable and able to get the mission done in more difficult situations. Thank you for your support. Thank you for buying into our process. In the beginning, we talked about focusing on mission, customer, taking care of each other, and improving our unit and base. I've watched our commanders and our airmen across the wing get after each of these areas for 2+ years and excel. Our Major Command Commander, General Bunch, visited us a few weeks ago and had this to say. Thanks for hosting my visit. I had a blast and was very impressed with the passion and get-it-done attitude of all airmen I encountered. I love the innovative spirit they exuded. You should be very proud. I am and always have been proud of this team. I have not been with a finer group of men and women. Thank you for your service and support of Team Hill and me. Those of you who know me well know that I'm about as far from being a New England Patriots football fan as possible. But I have a tremendous amount of respect for sustained excellence. And the Patriots are the NFL model. Bill Belichick's #1 rule of leadership is building a team that's exhaustively prepared but able to adapt in an instant. I witnessed our wing do this time and again over a 2-year period and am very grateful for the ingenuity, leadership, and adaptability of our airmen. I couldn't have asked for more as a commander. No matter the situation, we successfully accomplished the mission, and that's all you can ask for. I'm so very proud of the job that all of our squadron and group commanders and directors and senior NCOs have done in leading this wing. You've exceeded my every expectation. It has been my distinct honor to serve with each and every one of you. Moving forward, Jenise Carroll is the right leader in the right place at the right time. She will take this wing and Team Hill to new levels of sustained excellence. Jenise, Sherry and I have enjoyed our time together during the transition and getting to know you. The leadership and men and women of this wing will continue to excel. Buckle up and get ready for one heck of a ride. I can wholeheartedly assure you that this team will continue to make good on our motto of count on us. We welcome and wish you all the best as you lead Team Hill to higher levels of achievement and sustained excellence. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Eberlan. Ladies and gentlemen, the change of command ceremony has a long and honorable history. In the Middle Ages, it was not uncommon for soldiers to be unaware of who their commanders were or what they looked like. A formal change of command afforded these troops the opportunity to witness the proceedings and actually see their commander. The Continental Army of the United States conducted the first official ceremonies in America. The change of command symbolically transfers authority from one commander to the next by passing of the flag, thus ensuring a continuous, unbroken chain of command. In keeping with this honored tradition, Lieutenant General Kirkland will preside as Colonel Eberlan relinquishes command and Colonel Carroll assumes command of the 75th Air Base Wing. Please stand for the 75th Air Base Wing change of command. Attention to orders. Under the provisions of the Air Force Instruction 51-509, Special Order Number G-20-04, effective 23 July 2020, Colonel Jon A. Eberlan is relieved of command of the 75th Air Base Wing, and Colonel Jenise M. Carroll is appointed to command of the 75th Air Base Wing. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. It is my pleasure to introduce Commander, 75th Air Base Wing, Colonel Jenise Carroll.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I have to tiptoe right now. It's a little mess. I can take this off. Distinguished visitors, elected officials, community leaders, community partners, mission partners, chiefs, first sergeants, military and civilian airmen, men and women of the 75th Air Base Wing, family and friends, thank you for attending today's ceremony, both in person and virtually. General Kirkland, thank you again for giving me this amazing opportunity to join an incredible team that Colonel Eberlan and Sherry have molded and developed over the last 2 years. Colonel Eberlan, again, thank you and Sherry truly for getting me ready, sharing stories, and I wish you both the best of luck as you move forward. And as General Kirkland say, they will know you. You will stand out with that amazing Texas accent. Team Hill, to our community leaders, thank you for your enormous support. As General Kirkland and Colonel Eberlan have echoed, your presence here today is proof positive of a strong partnership that many predecessors have developed over the years. And I pledge to you that I will continue that partnership as we go forward. To the mission partners, I look forward to getting to know your dynamic mission. As there are many missions on the base, I'm looking forward to partnering with you to move those forward as we continue supporting the combat mission. To the men and women of the 75th Airbase Wing, I am extremely proud to serve alongside of you as we provide unwavering support required to sustain our nation's global mission and deliver combat power for America. I vow to you 3 things. I will listen, learn, and lead. First, over the next few weeks, I'm looking forward to my immersions and listening to how you and what you do fits into the overall mission. Secondly, I'm committed in learning how your mission synchronizes with the art of the possible fundamentals as we identify efficiencies and create innovations along the way. And finally, 3 things. I'm dedicated to lead with transparency, with integrity, and with passion. Again, I'm incredibly honored to stand before you today. As Colonel Kirkland mentioned, I am now an heir to the 80 years of excellence, and I am eager to join with you in your journey as we create the next legacy to the next 80 years. In closing, I would be remiss if I did not honor the leader that pushed me to stand today to get a commission. As General Kirkland mentioned, I was prior enlisted, but over 25 years ago, a general that many of you may recognize his name, General Thomas S. Mormon, Jr., who unfortunately left us recently, said I should get a commission. I am thankful for him pushing me. And in enduring thanks and appreciation for my mentors, some are here today, some are watching, my supervisors, my peers, and my subordinates, for really helping shaping who I am today. And finally, my family who has inspired me each and every day to press through adversity, break down barriers, and become a better mother, daughter, sister, grandmother, and role model for the next generation of men and women that serve our great nation. Thank you, and again, as our wing motto says, you can count on us. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Colonel Carroll. We are delighted to have you as part of our team, and we look forward to getting to know you. On behalf of Lieutenant General Kirkland, Colonel Eberlan, and Colonel Carroll, thank you for attending today's ceremony. In keeping with Air Force tradition, we conclude today's ceremony with the Air Force song. Please stand for the Air Force song. And under normal circumstances, we would all sing. However, for the health and safety for our visitors, instead, please enjoy listening to this instrumental rendition and remain standing for the departure of the official party, families, and special guests, and remain in place until ushers release your robe for departure.